Well, I'm back from SaaStr. It was an amazing show last week, as always. A little bit smaller, which I think is kind of the just reflects the state of the industry. Companies aren't spending quite as much, capital efficient growth, right? And that's one of the things that we talked about last time was kind of what are the current trends? What is the state of the market in SaaS? What does the future of SaaS look like? We got some good insights last week talking with the people that are making it happen, some of the biggest SaaS leaders in the world last week. But picture a world where the way you build, grow, and charge for your product is completely transformed. And I think over the course of the next year, the next few years could really redefine the entire industry. Are you prepared for that? Well, the landscape is shifting pretty fast. We're seeing trends emerge that promise to flip traditional models on their head, and that creates new opportunities for those who are ready to adapt. But the changes are not just incremental, they're fundamental shifts that I think will separate leaders from the laggards. What's coming next? From my perspective here, many SaaS companies, the challenge has always been striking the right balance between building innovative products and responding to market demands. We want to be innovative, we want to be out on the cutting edge, and we also want to respond to what our clients are wanting and kind of the direction that they're going. But do they lead us? Do we lead them? There's this tension between both of those. And as we approach 2025, the pressure is on to move faster and think bigger. And I think it's swinging, that balance is swinging more back to us as leaders to lead where the market is going. So old models, rigid pricing, static platforms, aggressive sales tactics, those are out. They have definitely lost their edge. Many businesses right now, I think, are questioning, maybe they're too attached to the way they've always done things. And I think as we have new leadership come in, we have new companies start, we have, kind of the new guard, the older, generation is moving on, retiring, those kinds of things. And we've got new leadership up and coming. And so I think that's one of the things that's driving the changes. So will the current approach hold up to, not only those changes, but a rapidly changing market, or will companies be left behind by those who are ready to make that change and ready to pivot? So here are three trends that I think define the next era of SaaS. One is comprehensive ecosystems through platform as a service. And now last time I talked about vertical SaaS. And so you might look at that and think, well, vertical SaaS and platform as a service, those are like completely different things. But I don't think that they are. I think you can have a platform as a service absolutely as a vertical SaaS. I think there's a lot of power in that. But platform as a service, so, no longer, standalone products enough. The future is about ecosystems. It's integrated platforms where customers can build, customize, and grow. And we've seen some really interesting things come along, specifically related to that. Platform as a service allows businesses not just to sell software, but to offer a framework for innovation. There's some companies that have done that really well. ServiceNow would be an example. Salesforce. There are lots of companies that really create that framework and let you build things on top of what they're doing. And if you can position your platform as a foundation for your customers' operations, you'll create a relationship that goes beyond just product usage. It scales with their success, and it's a very sticky product because if they're building their business on top of it, they're building tools, building features on top of it that they want, building their software on top of yours. It's a great place to be. The second, I think, is a power shift to product led growth. And even big companies, imagine a world where your product speaks louder than any sales pitch. Now, product led growth is about letting users experience value first and then naturally converting them into paying customers. There's lots of different ways to do that, a lot of different models. But the days of forcing potential clients through long winded sales funnels are numbered. I think that is coming to an end. I mean, right now, I think it's Gartner, 75% of buyers don't want to talk to a salesperson. That's big. Part of that is a sales problem because sales doesn't add value. But there's a whole lot of other things in that as well. But companies that focus on seamless onboarding and user-driven experiences, I think will really thrive in this environment. And we're seeing some really big companies, even enterprise, try and move down and figure out product-led growth. How can we get them in? Because for every single SaaS company, one of the things they hear all the time is CAC, client acquisition cost, is one of the things that is most expensive for them, and they're trying to bring that down. And product led growth does that. The third is usage based pricing. I think flexibility is the new standard. We adopted that in our SaaS company way back in the beginning, and we did it because everybody else was pricing seats. And so when we could go seat cost zero and you just pay for what you use, that was a beautiful model, and it blew people's minds 10, 12 years ago. Now I think it's really becoming the new standard. It's not a great differentiator anymore, but a lot of companies are moving that direction. And the big driver behind that is customers want more control, and usage-based pricing gives it to them. I mean, that's what it comes down to. Instead of locking users into static subscription plans, the model allows them to pay for exactly what they use. It's a win. Customers feel they have more freedom, and businesses gain loyalty by meeting them where they are. Flexibility, I think, will become a key differentiator in an increasingly competitive market. So, I think we'll see some hybrid models within that. But usage-based pricing, it's absolutely here, and we've already seen these three trends at play. And a lot of times, what happens, trends you see them at the high levels, and then they kind of trickle down and become much more mainstream. But you think about all three big cloud players: AWS, Google Cloud, and Azure. They're doing all three today: platform as a service, product-led growth, and usage-based pricing. They built an ecosystem where customers start small and then grow large and just pay for what they need. Now, who else is doing that? Snowflake, I think, is a great example of this. I met with several people from their executive team at SaaStr, and they've embraced all three to the tune of $40 billion in valuation. Does it work? Oh yeah. Some other ones, Datadog, Twilio, even Dropbox. I could go on and on. We're seeing this in a lot of companies that you know and love, and some of the big, fastest growing companies. And I think we're going to continue to see that in the marketplace, and more companies adopt all three of these. And their success isn't just a result of having great products. I mean, they do. That certainly helps, but it's because they've embraced the flexibility and customer centric models that I really believe are reshaping the industry. And part of that is their pricing is aligned with the key value metric of their customers. More value equals more dollars. And when those two things are aligned, that's a really good place to be with your customer base. Yeah, the future of SaaS, I absolutely believe adaptability and foresight. And as these trends continue to gain momentum, the companies who embrace ecosystems, product led growth, and flexible pricing will absolutely lead the way. It isn't just about keeping up, it's about staying ahead. So, how do you think these trends will impact your business? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more insights on the future of SaaS and how to stay on the cutting edge. Hey, the future is coming fast. Are you ready?